What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another video. Today we have here the DC08. What it is the Drocon D8. It is a 5G Wi-Fi FPV 1080p camera GPS RC quadcopter ready to fly. So let's open up the box and check this baby out. All right, here is the quadcopter, looking really nice, all black, matte black finish. It's got that fingerprint retardant type of finish, so it is looking really nice. We got the push button on and off switch here, and we have the 1080p 5G Wi-Fi FPV camera, and it is remote tilt adjustable, and it has a built-in DVR in which I've already inserted a 32 gigabyte micro SD card. Now this quadcopter does not come assembled, so you're gonna have to put it together yourself, but everything is just push in and it clicks into place. So the landing legs are very easy to push in and pull out. All you gotta do is hold down this lever here, the locking mechanism, and just push it in and it locks into place. The camera also needs to be inserted, and you just slide it right in, and there's a couple of connectors that you need to connect before you slide it in. And the props also are push in and rotate, and it locks into place. And the prop guards are also removable as well, and it is very easy to do so. Just take it out and it pushes into place, and just like that, it clicks into place and it locks into place as well. So I know what you're thinking. This quadcopter looks very similar to the Syma X8 Pro. Now that one was a GPS quadcopter as well, and this is also a GPS quadcopter. So hopefully this one behaves good, because I've done a review on the earlier releases of the Syma X8 Pro, and it had a lot of GPS issues. So hopefully this one behaves just fine, and I'm gonna have my fingers crossed on that. Now there's some LED lights on the arms themselves, just like the Syma X8, and we know that this is not a brushless motor. This is a brushed motor, guys. Okay, so be aware of that. And here is the battery that comes along with it. It is a 7.6 volt 3000 milliamp size battery. Now the Syma X8 came with a smaller size battery. I believe it's 2000 or 2200 milliamp size battery. Now the battery connectors are different, so you're not able to use the old Syma X8 batteries in this D8 by Drocon. So they give you one battery, and it is a proprietary battery, so you can plug it in via the provided charge cable here, the USB to balance connector, and there's a red light indicator that turns off while you're charging, and it turns on when you are finished charging. It took a very long time to charge this battery with this apparatus. So what I've done was tested out those two connectors and found out the one on the right is the positive and the one on the left here is the negative. So I inscribed a negative and a positive right on the plastic themselves. So I used my balance charger to charge this up, and it charged it up in no time, like 30 minutes it charged it fully. So if you are tired of using this, go ahead and use your balance charger to connect with those alligator clips. That is what I use. So here's the battery bay in the back. There you go. So all you got to do is push it in and it clicks into place, and when you want to release it, there's a little knob that you push in and pull the battery out. All right, so that's the quadcopter. So let's take a look at what else we get in the box. Here we get a phone clip here, the clam style phone clip. And here is the remote control, minimalistic looking remote control. Some rotary dial knobs here and some push button on the shoulders, and there's a couple of buttons in the back. So there's a placeholder in the rear, so you just take this out and push in the phone clip if you are going to use a phone to view the Wi-Fi FPV feed and also do other stuff on the Wi-Fi phone app as well. So I'm going to leave that phone clip on there just to show you guys how it looks, and it will hold a nice size phone on there. And I do really like these type of phone clips. It is no hassle. You just clip on your phone and you are good to go. And it'll hold my iPhone 6 Plus with a Mophie case, so that is really nice. All right, so we get the charge cable here, and we also get a screwdriver, and we also get this little plastic wrench to hold this part of the prop down. So when you insert the prop so that the motors doesn't spin around, it is not to tighten anything, it's just to hold the motor in place so it doesn't spin around while you are pushing down on the props. And we also get an extra full set of props, and everything came in a box inside of the box, so that was really nice as well. And here are some documentations. You get a 12-month warranty if you activate it, and here's the QR code to download your phone app, and it goes on to show you some instructions on how to use the phone app as well. And here is the instruction manual. Now, what else can I talk about this thing here? The Wi-Fi distance on the product page is set to be 420 meters, and the 1080p Wi-Fi camera is set to have a 120-degree field of view, and the remote control will take 3 AA size batteries. And let's go ahead and check out the functions of the remote control. Here's the push button on and off switch. Here's the throttle. Here's the pitch and roll. It is a mode 2. So there's buttons in the back. The one on the left in the back takes a photo and video. So short press it, takes a photo. Long press it, takes a video. The one on the right is the smart return to home, or return to home, or one key return they call it, but it is a GPS quadcopter, so it is a return to home button. Now there's a shoulder rotary dial on the left. This is GPS. It says it kind of clicks and unclicks, but it is not a very good functioning switch. I'm not sure, and there's no indicator to tell me whether or not the GPS is on or the GPS is off, like a beep, or even in the Wi-Fi phone app to show me that it is on or off. So not sure about this switch. So this push button on the left here is a follow me button, and the push button on the right side is a circle me button, and this rotary dial on the right is to activate the remote tilt angle of the camera, so that works. All right, so both sticks to the bottom and in, and both sticks at the bottom and out will arm and disarm the motors of the quadcopter. Both sticks at the bottom and to the left will initiate a compass calibration, and both sticks to the bottom and to the right will calibrate the gyros of this quadcopter. All right, so I think that is just about it. So let's go for a little demo flight with the Drocon D8, or the DC-08. All right, here we go with the demo flight of the Drocon D8, looking very huge with those prop guards attached. And if you are a beginner, I do recommend you put these prop guards on. And I'm also flying with the prop guards on today because this is my very first time flying this quadcopter, because you don't want to land wrong or anything like that, or hit anything with these props, because it will damage the props and in turn damage the motors. And if the motor burns out because you hit something, you will have to remove this whole thing apart just to change those motors, and you're going to have to order a motor, and it's going to take you a while, and to replace them, downtime is too long. So use these prop guards until you got this quadcopter down and you are comfortable with flying it without the prop guards. All right, so let's take a look at the props here, and here's the front of the quadcopter facing that way. So to put on these props, these guys will spin clockwise, and these guys will counterclockwise spin. So in order to remove them, all you gotta do is push it down and rotate it the way they're supposed to spin, and it comes right off. They got these hooking mechanism here and hooking mechanism here on the motor top, and it's just spring loaded here. So when you want to push it in and then rotate it halfway or about quarter of a way the opposite way the prop's supposed to spin, and it will lock into place. And you do that to all of the 4 props and you are good to go. And like I said, the prop guys just push in and pull out just like that. So do put the prop guards on, and I strongly recommend that you do. So it locks into place and you are ready to go. Now to turn on the quadcopter, we got the battery already pushed in, inserted. All you got to do is hit that push button power on and off switch. And you got to turn on the remote control right away. So let's go ahead and do that. Holding down the power button, and the LED lights flash, and hold on the power button on the remote control, and it should send out a couple of beeps. And here we have blue LEDs on the top, like a W symbol here, and green LEDs on the rear, and on the bottom corresponding colors on the LED light on the bottom. All right, so what we need to do here is to calibrate the gyros and calibrate the compass. So what we're going to do first is turn on the Wi-Fi phone app and go into your settings and connect with the Wi-Fi network. And in this case, it is the DC08 Wi-Fi network, and we are already connected. And here's a take a look at the app itself. It says Drocon Go on it, black and gold icon. Go ahead and hit that. Oh, look at that. It kind of acquired the GPS while we were waiting here, and I didn't even try to do my compass calibration or anything in this new location, so that's kind of surprising, but we're going to go through the whole process. So here it is. You click on next, and here in the interface you hit enter, and they have a couple of quadcopters here. It's got a DC09 and the DC08. We're going to go ahead and connect to the DC08 because this is the DC08. But there's a DC09. That's interesting, and looks like it's got a gimbal for the camera, and the DC08 is just a stationary camera that just rotates up and down. All right, so let's go to connect, and it says gyroscope calibration. We already got Wi-Fi FPV. All right, so I'm going to screen record. There we go. And it says gyro calibration. Go to the step of gyro calibration. I'm going to hit yes. And look, it's automatically calibrating the gyros from the app. And compass calibration, go to the steps, compass calibration. I'm going to hit yes. And it says rotate it horizontally. So I'm just going to rotate it on the table here. It doesn't look like it's completing this exercise, so I'm going to take it away from the table, and then there you go. There's metallic stuff over here that bothers, and here it says nose what calibrate step 1. I'm still in step 1. Okay, let me rotate it. There you go. That's the beep that I want to hear. And it says nose down, and rotate it again. So nose down, and while you're rotating it, do it slowly. Don't do it too fast. There you go. There's another beep, and let's go and check it out. It has calibrated, and I got full battery level here, full signal level, and GPS is on. And let's see how many GPS I got locked on. I got 11 satellites locked on, and it says locked. All right, so we got some icons on the left here. Follow me, circle me, return to home, 1 key to take off and land, and virtual split screen mode. Yep, virtual split screen mode. We got the camera icon, we got the video icon, so we can take photos and videos from the phone app as well. Let's see if it works with the hard remote. Yep, I heard a little shutter, and hit the icon. We have taken a photo. All right, so let's make our rounds and take some photos here. Camera looks pretty decent. There you go. There you go. Pretty wide field of view as well, so I'm liking it. So far so good looking. And wow, I can get the landing pad and the table all at the same time. And let me get my shadow. There we go. All right, so we're taking some photos there. And now let's see if the video works with the hard remote. Long pressing it. Yep, it is taking a video. So I'm just going to leave it just like that. And I'm going to put the iPad over here. And we'll come back to it and do some FPV a little later. But first, let's go ahead and check out the core functions of this quadcopter. So let's go and check it out here. Both sticks to the bottom and in. We'll arm the motors and do that again. We'll disarm the motors, and to the out, we'll arm and disarm as well. Now, we've already done a gyro calibration, but it doesn't hurt to do it again. So both sticks to the bottom and to the right. There you go. Hold it there for a little while and it will calibrate. So that is the forward heading. So that is the northbound, and coming back is the southbound, west and east, headless mode. All right. I don't think this thing has headless mode. Sorry about that. And also, I forgot to mention earlier, is pushing down on the throttle changes speeds. This thing has 2 speeds. So we're going to start with speed number 1 first. So let's go ahead and arm it and take off. All right. There's no 1 key to take off and 1 key to land on the hard remote. So I manually took off, and check it out. It is holding position, and very nicely too. Yeah, sounds like a Syma X8. I think everybody has one of some versions of the Syma X8. It was a very popular quadcopter, but I don't know, Syma's not making anything nowadays after that, you know, X8 Pro. Okay, let's go ahead and get it angry and let go. Ah, this one is working good. No toilet bowl activity at all like the Syma X8 Pro. Very nice. Okay, so we are starting off very nicely here, and I got positive hopes for this one. So let's go ahead and land this baby on the landing pad. I'm manually landing it, and it comes to hover about this much above the ground, and then it comes down. Check it out. So it is really nice, and it doesn't flip over like some of the Syma X8. Now remember, some of the Syma X8 versions, I don't know if it was a Wi-Fi version or whatnot, if you hold the throttle stick all the way down, it cuts off the motors in midair. So hopefully this one doesn't do that either. All right, so let's go and check out its core functions here. Took off, and speed number 1, we are cruising. Oh, and I forgot to test out the tilt action of the camera. So let's go and check that out here really quick. There you go. Oh yeah, tilt action. I think it beeped on the horizon level. Look at that, I went above horizon. There's horizon, and it beeps. I want to go a little lower though. So it's about 1/3 sky and 2/3 ground. All right, that's working really nice. And we are in speed number 1. So let's go to speed number 2 real quick. No flip functions at all, because this is a GPS quadcopter. Now the other X8s did flip, and you know, you really don't need to flip this big quadcopter. Burns out the motor. So speed number 2, okay. Oh yeah, speed number 2, we are able to boogie. Oh, big difference between speed number 1 and speed number 2. So you want to take some good steady videos, go to speed number 1, and if you want to move, go to speed number 2. And it kind of plateaus off as well. Oh yeah, so far so good. So let's go ahead and check out the return to home, because this is a GPS quad. And letting go of the sticks, and comes to a hover. No toilet bowl activity. So that is just awesome. So hitting this button in the back, and look at that, immediate return. And the remote control is sending out some beeps. Lights are flashing, and it has situated itself right above the landing pad. and it is starting to come down. No time wasted on the return to home. All right, can I maneuver it where I want? Yes, I can. It was going to come down pretty close to the landing pad, so I'm going to go ahead and make my way in the middle of the landing pad. All right, and the motors shut off, and the beeping has also stopped on the remote control. All right, so let's arm the motors again and try that out once again, but this time around I'm not going to guide its way while it's landing. So return to home, and look at that. If you're not in the altitude that it wants to come back home, it will rise up in altitude. And there we go, beeping again, and it makes a beeline back to where it wants to land. And let's see how close to the landing pad it comes. Looks like it's going to be just about right on the money. So far looking very nice. Look at that, dead center just about. Nice. And the beeping stopped and the motor stopped. All right guys, we got ourselves a pretty decent GPS quadcopter, but the critical test here is fail-safe and low voltage. All right, so to test, it kind of beeped. Not sure why it beeped, but it beeped. Okay, it is holding position. So instead of hitting the return to home button, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the remote control, simulating a connection, this connection. Okay, so turned off the remote. Let's see how long it takes before it realizes it has been disconnected with the hard remote. And we do have a fail-safe return to home, guys. So very nice. It's coming back. Let me go ahead and reconnect with the quadcopter by turning on the remote control. And nope, it is still coming down. So I am not able to reconnect with the quadcopter by turning on the remote control. Okay, let's just let it play out its landing process. Missed the landing pad about 1 to 2 quadcopter distances away. And let me put it back on the landing pad. Let's see, the remote control light is beeping away. So let me go ahead and turn it off. Okay, let me turn it back on. And I am unable to reconnect with the quadcopter. Nope, I am unable to reconnect with the quadcopter. Oh wow. So I'm not sure if that's going to work when it goes out of distance and it comes back. But then again, the remote control would have been turned on all that time. So when it comes back, maybe it does connect. Oh, and it just connected. So let's check it out. So there you go. It takes a little while before it connects. So let's go ahead and test that out one more time. And it sent out another beep. I'm not sure what that beep is, guys. Maybe that's just telling us that we got GPS. Okay, we are in speed number 1, speed number 2. Okay, I'm going to push it out a little further away. I'm not sure about the flight time on this thing, so I'm going to have to make it fast. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the remote. Okay, and what I'm going to do is wait until it starts to initiate and turn it back on real quick. Okay, turned it back on. Okay, I regained connection, I think. And look at that, the quadcopter stopped in its tracks. And another beep telling me I am finished connecting, or another beep. But now I have regained connection and I got control of the quadcopter again. And we are back in speed number 1, so going to speed number 2. And I'm hearing this beep going on. Hopefully that is not low voltage. Oh man, look at that. The battery flight time is not that great. All right, so we are in low voltage, guys. And let me see if I can do some FPV real quick before the battery runs out. Okay, there I am, passing over me and turning around right above me and going away from me. and it should be right here. There you go. Now let me turn around right about there. There we go, right in front of myself. And let me go ahead and stop and rotate the camera angle down. All right, and rotate the camera angle up. All right, and cruise a little bit more. The battery level indicator is telling me I am completely out of battery, but I am still able to fly, and I do see some lights blinking. And guess what, guys? I'm pitching forward and it is starting to come down. Rapid beeps are heard on the remote control, so it is doing a low voltage return to home, and it is coming down. And can I redirect this path? Yes, I am able to redirect this path, although it was starting to come down pretty close to the landing pad, and I missed the landing pad by a little bit. And it is continuing to beep, and now it has stopped. All right, there you go, guys. My quick review and demo flight of the Drocon D8 GPS quadcopter. All the core functions of the GPS functions are working superbly, so no worries here. It is not a clone of the X8 Pro. It has been updated. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you again next time.